Well, hello, friends and avid readers. I am so excited to have a new friend, Mindy Baker, here today. We are here to we'll be talking about her new book in a moment. But first, Mindy, why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, I'm a Midwest girl. I grew up in Iowa and I've lived in Indiana for the last 20 years. So I live with my husband. I have three adult kids. So we're new empty nesters trying to get
Wow.
new hobbies, uh, in the new season. And then I also teach high school Spanish.
Oh, Spanish. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get into Spanish?
Well, I just studied it in college. When I finally declared a major, I said, I'm going to be a teacher. And then the golden question, what do you want to teach?
Mhm.
And so at the time, that seemed like the good option. So you kind of follow that passion, and it really does affect the rest of your life.
Yes.
That's how I landed on Spanish. It's
Okay,
kind of
that's so cool. Okay, so a lot of this is making sense. There seems to be kind of the family community, even some of the like a Mesoamerica kind of feel to your book. So I'm like, okay, this is clicking in for me now.
right. Yeah.
Yay. Okay. So the book is Soledad and the Curse of the Phoenix. It
Mhm.
is brand new coming out, but I would just love to hear about the book and then we'll get into your journey. But first, let's start by talking about the book.
Sure. Well, Soledad is in the opening scene fleeing from the evil phoenix that has put a curse on her civilization. And she has a good reason for fleeing from her mom and sister, but she feels pretty guilty for doing that. But along the way, she's going to have an amazing journey. She's going to meet a llama friend, Suri, that will be
I
by
know,
her
Suri is
side.
so simple.
Yeah, and so ultimately, she will, spoiler alert, she will defeat the Phoenix and unite her village. And so there's a lot of adventure along the way with just, I guess there's a healing waterfall, there's a
Mhm.
special flute that plays a very important role in undoing the curse. And I think there's just a lot of fun for kids along the way, but there are some deeper layers that can really help them think about forgiveness, friendship, betrayal,
Mhm.
determination, facing your fear. So I guess my heart as an author is I want to tell a fun story, but I also want there to be some depth to it to really have the child that's reading the story have something to think about and even potentially discuss with a parent or a friend.
Yeah, and I love it, and I love that there's adventure, but it's clean, it's sweet, there's nothing even when the bad guys show up, it's not I mean, I could completely hand this to my grandkids. My granddaughter just turned 12 or even younger and know that, like, your heart behind it is
Mhm.
it's not gonna be something inappropriate that, at the li when you go to the library and they pick up books, I'm like, "Let me check at that," and then you're like, "Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah.
no, you cannot read this," and I think that so much of that kind of stuff, even the worldview creeps in,
Mhm.
and so, like, as I was reading it, I was thinking of scriptures like, "He leads me beside still waters," or "I walk through the shadow of the valley of death." I know, like, scripture is actually going through in my mind when I'm reading, like, the symbolism, and so I know kids aren't gonna, like, think, "Oh, this is beautiful symbolism in this book,"
Right.
but it's that layer that's there. It's that layer of trust and, like you said, forgiveness, and then, when someone betrays her, I mean, there's all these layers in it that for kids, they're just gonna be excited about the journey and a hello, a llama, that's in it. But I love that those layers are in there. So when did you start wanting to write for children?
Well, when my children were very little, I was a stay-at-home mom, and so I was kind of looking for a creative outlet, and I started taking writing classes, and that led to my first book, which was a picture book called Mouse's Christmas Gift. And
Oh.
so that was a really fun experience. And then just kind of part of my journey was trying to write, continuing to try to get that second publication. And it ended up leading me to try middle grade and learn that genre. And, you're talking about the fiction in terms of not being afraid as a parent what's in it. The publisher that picked this book up is called Chicken Scratch, and that is what they do is middle grade fiction, and their goal is literature that parents can trust. And so this
I love
um,
it.
Yeah, I just love it as a parent myself. I wish that it would have been around when my kids were little because it is the battle for every you can't possibly read every book that your child wants to check out of the library. And yet there is a lot of harmful things, harmful content if you're not careful. So this, I feel excited for this publisher because it's one you can trust. And they actually create little explorer courses and literature courses that homeschool families can use alongside the books. So this book has an explorer course, and I got to do some fun video content. I hooked up with two of my former students. So one student who raises llamas took me out to a llama farm.
So cool.
I know, it was a blast, and then I got to follow her to the county fair, and she had all these competitions. I watched llama high jumping. So they have these poles. I know, and these llamas, you started very low, and then they're just raising, and Megan did an amazing job with that. So that's part of the
I didn't
video.
even know that was a thing.
Yeah, come to Indiana. We got llamas. And then the other video, I had a student that had helped me with a club I do called the Latino Student Union, and she and her mom came over and we made tamales. And so so we have some Spanish mixed in there, and her mom showed us how to do that, and we sampled them. So I think that is going to be some fun content for the kids, along with kind of the book study and other things that Chicken Scratch puts together
Oh,
for
that's
the
so
course.
perfect. Yeah, and I speak at homeschool conferences. I have my booth there, and I will say the number one question that I get
Mhm.
is, "Do you have any middle grade fiction?"
Mm,
'Cause these kids, if there's a reader in the family, they will read through a book in a day. In fact,
right.
when I give this copy to my granddaughter, 'cause when I finish it, I'm gonna give it to my granddaughter, she will read this in a day, and then
Yeah,
you want
so
more
fast.
so fast. But I love that there's educational content that goes with it because once you get in it, like, I'm gonna go look up all the llama videos and all the thing and you already have it there for
Yeah.
kids. And then also as a homeschool mom, whatever my older kids were doing, I would just have my little kids watch the videos with it, and I just love that this can be a family entertainment or a grandparent could read I'm enjoying the book, a grandparent can read it with their grandchild,
Right.
so I love that, first of all, the heart behind this is so good, and then there's again, those layers of symbolism and meaning that even adults will enjoy this, but also kids, there's adventure, there's the danger, there's bad guys chasing her, there's the llama that they have for a while, like all the all the different things, kids are gonna love, and so I love that, first of all, it's a solid book, like, there's faith, there's those elements, it's fun, but then you have the videos and the things that go with it, so I think it's perfect for families and perfect for families to do together, which would also be good for a read out loud, so, yeah.
I think it would make a great read aloud. One of the things for my own life, and there's different little hidden things that have happened to me along the way, but Soledad, her name means loneliness, and she's going to find a special rock. And on that rock she can only see the rock if she puts it under the water, but it has this word that she discovers, which is esperanza, and that means hope. And there was a time in my life when there's a part of scripture where it talks about how God gives us a new name. And
Mhm.
so along in my quiet time, I was just feeling like I had been rejected, but God was giving me the new name accepted. And He did that through a verse. And so it's not the same name that I felt
Yeah,
like personalized, but I did try to include that in the story. And that's kind of I guess, a hidden secret in there. If you
I
know me,
love that, I
put it
love that.
there.
Oh, and I love that there's, like, this, again, Hispanic or Mesoamerica or whatever culture that's woven in, even though it's fiction,
Right.
there's not the same world type of thing, but my grandma was Hispanic, 100% Hispanic, and she made tamales and enchiladas.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yes,
did
it's
not
definitely go
Yeah,
ahead.
they did not teach me Spanish.
What?
Grandma was fluent, my mom was fluent, but it was also in an era where, it was 'cause she was born in 1929, she just passed away, a couple months ago, but it was, like, almost a heritage, like, you get teased for speaking
Right.
Spanish,
There's
and she was in
definitely a
California.
time in our culture where that was like, "No, English only.
Yep.
We don't bring up the Spanish." And luckily, I feel like nowadays it's kind of flipped and there's a
Yes.
pride in our cultures and who we are as Latinos, and so I think that has changed, but I do think you're right in that time when that was happening,
And I don't know Spanish.
sadly. Yeah,
Except like "Ándale, get in the car," or
right, on the lay few little phrases.
those little
Well,
phrases, yeah.
yes, it's based a lot on Peru. The research I did for it was with Peru, but it's not any one particular culture. It's a place I made up on my own. But if you look at some of like the animals or the plants and things like that, those would all be things from Peru. So
Yeah. Which I think is just fascinating, and if you go to any store right now, llamas, I have kids, like, if you need a gift, just get something with a llama on
I
it.
know exactly. I love llamas. Who doesn't
Uh-huh.
love a llama, right?
Yeah. So I think when we go to the zoo and they wanna go see the llamas, I'm like, "Don't you wanna go see the tigers?" "No, I
Right.
wanna go see the llamas because
Yeah.
they just look like something you could cuddle, and they're so furry, and they're so sweet."
Yeah, when I was doing that with Megan, I would have to say I'm a person like I'm a little intimidated around animals. So, but I was getting up in there brushing the llama, and at the fair there was like, I mean, at the farm there was like 80 llamas, and then at the fair this whole barn filled with them, and seeing kids cuddling their llama. I don't know, it was a pretty fun experience. I learned a lot.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, talking about learning a lot, you wrote a children's book before and then young adult. Tell me about what you learned on the journey of writing for this age group.
Well, I think, Soledad, the trait that Chicken Scratch is really emphasizing is determination. And I
Mhm,
think everything with writing has taught me determination
mhm.
and just not giving up, not saying like, this is something I love to do. And there's many, many things along the way with writing where you're like, what am I doing?
Yes,
This is
yes.
crazy. And a lot of friends that think, what is this hobby of yours? And so I think determination, not giving up, I learned that. But in picture books, you're really trying to do as few words as possible. And with this, the description piece, really weaving in dialogue. And I had a wonderful editor who she was really more like a mentor, taking this manuscript, and she was interested in it, sent me back. I took a whole year redoing it. I mean, it's been through multiple rewrites and then even a lot of edits, and I feel proud of the final product, and I really do thank her. Her name is Kiri, for just believing in this project and seeing some potential with it and giving me a chance.
I love that, and it's so true that, and I teach writing at our homeschool co-op, and
Mhm.
I'll say, like, what you see when you pick up a book is not like because 'cause they're like, "I don't write very well." I'm like, "I don't either, like, write perfectly when I start,"
Good.
and I've definitely gotten a lot better, but, what you see on the shelf has gone through multiple rounds of
Right.
editing, and
Yeah.
sometimes I've had books, like, completely rewritten,
Mhm.
like, half of it's ditched, and we're gonna completely take this a different direction, and I feel like every editor, I learned something different, and like each one of them has a knowledge of something. And I feel like now when I sit down, all these books later of 90 books published, that I feel like it's stronger, but I hear these little voices from all these little editors
Do
in my
this, do
mind. Yeah, yeah.
that.
Or you use this word 97 times. Like, what? How come 30 other editors have not caught that I use that word so common?
Yeah,
But each one of them
exactly.
has their gifts, and I love that it's definitely a partnership with the publishing house, with the editors, with the whole process, and I love that they saw that glimmer in what you
Mhm.
had and were willing to work with you on that. I think that is just a special partnership there.
Yeah, it's very special.
Yeah. So what is some of the feedback, that you've gotten? Has there been people reading it and kids reading
Yeah,
it?
well, it's just now getting out to the influencers, but so far, it's been positive, and I think
Good.
all the things that you were saying, just that there is some deeper layers running through it. There's plenty of adventure, page turner, the culture. It's a unique setting that I don't think a lot of authors are choosing right now. There is the adventure. There's some um, I guess there's the evil phoenix and all
Yeah.
of that, but there's also, um, something heartwarming about it as well and relatable with Soledad, and even her sister. So that was one of I have a group of kid influencers, I call them.
Oh, I
So
love it.
yeah, I'm really excited. We're gonna have, so my niece, she is a mom of 3 kids, and so her oldest daughter, Rue, is right in the age range, about age 9, and so her and some of their friends have all been reading it. So we're gonna get together and have I bought, like, a little gift bag. I don't wanna tell all the stuff
Oh,
that's in it, but they're gonna get a stuffed llama and some other little treats, a little arrowhead and some things that relate to the book, and then they're going to tell me their opinions. And I have received a couple of the little write-ups about it, and it is very heartwarming, the comments that they're saying about what they like about the book and what stuck out to them.
that's the best feeling though, when you like, it just hits your target market and
Yeah,
that
that's what you want. That's why you did
yeah,
it.
and the cover, okay, this is a beautiful cover too. For those that are watching this on video, I mean, I think it is so, I mean, again, something that you would pick off on the shelf. And what did you first think when you saw the cover of this?
I really felt like the artist brought out Soledad just perfectly. I loved her eyes. I loved how intense she was. I felt like he captured her heart, the heart of who she was as a main character. And I love the color palette, and I really liked the lettering. And
Yes. Oh, love
there's
it.
yeah, there's also some interior art that's really sweet. So each chapter has, I think there's 5 different pictures, but llama, and then there's Soledad kind of in the ruins. And so there's some fun things along the way that made it really special.
Yeah.
The flute too, I heard from Kiri, the editor, that the artist really did a lot of research to find a flute that would look like it could hold the rock, because there's a whole element where it's going to swap out the evil rock for the good rock, and that he wanted to draw one that would actually hold said rock.
Wow.
He put some thought into it, and I appreciate that.
Oh, that's so, and the llama picture is so cute that this would be the cute little
Yes.
poster or something. It is so
Yeah.
cool.
I made some stickers for my kid influencers. They're
Did
gonna
you with it
have
from that?
yeah, I think they'll enjoy those.
Oh, I love it. Okay, there's yes, the flute.
The flute, the
Yeah.
famous
Yeah.
flute.
Okay, so are you working on more books? What's happening? What are you working on next?
Well, I am working on another middle grade novel, and this is about a little boy named Oliver, and it's kind of a circus, but a historical circus, but it's
Mm.
based off of the 12 Dancing Princesses, but it's going to be the 12 Dancing Ponies. And
Oh,
so there's a magical world, and so it's Oliver and the 12 Dancing Ponies. So we'll see how that also has a magic world that they're going into, but I don't have that one completely worked out yet. So I'm working on that. And then I have a lot of other picture book manuscripts, various projects that are out on submission. So you never know when someone's gonna snatch one up.
I love it. Okay, so you talked about you have adult kids that are out of the house now. What do they think of this? And I just love that. I think it's so important for our kids to see us following our dreams, using our God-given talents. Because I think it's a great example to them. So, what do your kids think when they see you doing this?
I think they like it. My son is very creative. He was a filmmaking major, and so he has story shopped, I guess, or what do you call it? Like where you talk over the story with
Yeah.
me. In
Yes.
fact, some of the ideas he was like, "You got to do this. You need a magical element, or you
Isn't
need."
that so
Yeah,
awesome? Like,
it's
I have adult kids.
cool.
I've written a
Yeah,
book. I've written 3 books with my son who's 31, and when he brainstorms and comes up with something, I'm like, "Oh my goodness, first of all, that's amazing. Second of all, I'm a proud mom right now that you
right. Like, wow, let me write that down.
Yeah.
So all 3 of them read it and had input, and even from the very first scene, which I'll tell you this, when it first originally I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm like, "I'm gonna write something else." And, the first scene, I was trying to do the woman at the well,
Uh,
and my oldest daughter read it, and she's like, "Woman at the well, got it." She kinda gave me this little snarky, like, "No, mom." But, I appreciate they're honest,
yeah.
they're gonna be honest, and you need readers who will, cut you to the core and say, "That is not working." You don't need somebody to just say, "Well, good job." great.
Right.
You want all the critique you can get. So I
Yeah.
think my kids are proud of me and have seen me the same thing, the perseverance and the not giving up, and they're they're supportive. So
Y
with the same with my husband, he's very supportive.
I love that, and they are so honest.
Yeah,
I
yes, they
have,
are.
I have some that are well, my youngest are 14 and 15. Actually, no, he just turned 15. I have 2 15-year-olds, and we'll be at book conferences, and they're like, "Did you read your mom's book?" And they're like, "No."
No.
I'm like, "Thank you so much for"
Well, if you have 90, that's kind of a lot of
I
reading.
know. Yeah, yeah. And they're at the stage where it's not like the cool thing, I don't know, it's so funny. It's they like other things that I do, but that's like, "Oh, books," and they're not readers.
Mhm.
All 3 of them are
Yeah.
dyslexic, which is I'm like, "Oh my goodness." So, yeah. So but it's so funny because 'cause they're so honest. They're like, "No, I didn't read that."
Yeah.
You can at least say, "Oh, I want to read that."
Yeah, it's on my list.
It's on my list. No, they're like, "No." I love it. Okay, so tell us the date of when this releases, and then, also where can people go? Where can they find information about
Sure.
the
It releases November 4th, 2025, so in less than a month, and, at least from this recording,
Yes.
and they can find it anywhere books are sold, so Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, the publisher website is the only place that you could get the Explorer course, which is
Okay.
www.chickenscratchbooks.com,
Yeah.
and, so it will be available in many, many, places where they could pick up a
I
copy.
love okay, so tell us a little bit about, the Explorer course. If they go there, what can they expect, to get?
Well, there's Chicken Scratch has two different types of courses. The literature course is a little bit more extended, and the Explorer course is more of a lighthearted touch because it's for the lower middle grade
Okay.
audience. But they're going to have an intro video with me, and I think they have a project that they do, and some other lesson type activities. And then they have the videos at the end, which is the llama farm and the tamale videos.
Oh,
So,
awesome. So is that something that parents purchase or
yes, it is. And then the child interacts with, there's other videos too, not just me, but learning videos. So it's a pretty nice package, and
it sounds
it's
like it's so good for homeschoolers. I mean, it sounds again, my youngest is 15 now, so they're but, I mean, something I would love to have done when they were younger, and so I
yeah,
think that's
it's a
perfect.
great resource.
Yeah, well, Mindy, thank you so much for being here. I'm loving the book. I gotta find out what happened. I told you I'm right at a crucial point where I had to stop reading and come and do this video, so I have to go find out what happens. Like, I'm not gonna give too much away, but find out what happens. So, and I love that even though it's the intended audience is for middle grade, I think if you love this type of stuff, pick it up, read a
Mhm.
copy, buy a
Yeah.
copy for a gift. Holidays are coming up. It'd be a perfect gift to give someone. So, but thank you so much, Mindy, for being here
Yeah, you're
today.
welcome. Thanks for having me. I really have enjoyed getting to know you.